So if you want to take out that gun and badge, I'm happy to scrap with you one day. You want to do it, let's do it. Let me know, buddy.
That is not a crime, and you're telling me to get out of my vehicle.
Broken arm! Broken arm! Broken arm!
If you didn't know, I went to the police academy and they kicked me out.
That's my purse! I don't know you!
Spit me on my face right now! She spit in my face!
I believe that today's video takes us somewhere in New York, but I'm not certain because the Frauditor didn't tell us. What he did tell us is that this is one of his earlier uploads that he received a privacy complaint on, so he had to edit that part out, and this is what we're left with. The Long Island Frauditor. He's never going to leave because he has the right to stay and be arrested. Unfortunately, he's not arrested today. Nonetheless, enjoy!
Hey Blake, why are you doing that?
Blake, sir, I need you for a second.
Hey Blake, hey Blake.
No, I'll be right in.
Stop doing that, Blake.
Sir, you're not going to film our staff. You're not going to.
I have to. I'm gonna go ask your staff a question.
For
I'm gonna go ask your staff a question. That's what I'm gonna go do right now. So I appreciate it if you. Hey Blake, you got a card?
No, I don't.
You don't have a card?
No.
Do you have complaint form?
4?
Just in case anyone doesn't know, this is Sean. He's behind the camera. He's the mastermind behind this channel. We the people. He really believes in the First Amendment, but in my opinion goes about it in all the wrong ways. But no worries. Let's see what happens.
So I can make one against you? I don't like your actions today.
Against me. What were my actions against you today?
I don't know. You're just very aggressive. You know, got in front of me, tried to stop me from moving. You know, I don't think that's for a public official like yourself. I don't think that's appropriate.
I have no problem talking to you. I do have a problem with you creating a confrontational environment.
You did, sir.
Citizens.
That's why. This is why I record, because now you can't lie.
That are actually clients.
I understand that. I pay taxes to this building.
I don't want you filming them. I'm getting between your filming and...
Yeah, but
I could never understand what that argument is supposed to present. Okay, you're a taxpayer. So does that give you the right to come in and harass hardworking employees while they're trying to do a real job instead of frauditing all day long?
They have no expectation of privacy in public. Like, you put that sign there, employees only, right? That means I can't go back there and film because you put a sign saying employees only.
Okay.
This door right here opens automatically for the public. This is a public lobby.
I understand that.
So listen, for the way you acted, I want to understand, how do I get a complaint form against you?
That's fine. You can get that.
You don't have it here? You don't have it. You don't have complaint forms readily available for the public? No?
No.
Okay. So where do I get it?
Anyone who's watched Long Island Frauditor for any length of time knows for sure all he does is travel around the countryside, and when he thinks he's been slighted, he files a complaint form. And if that's not bad enough, he'll threaten a lawsuit. And in many cases, he does file a lawsuit, although he doesn't collect anything.
You can complain online.
Online?
Send an email, yes. You can. 311.
What? 311?
Place to complain.
And your last name was?
My name is Blake.
You're
Blake
Blake what?
County Executive.
Yeah, but what's your name?
My last name is Hyatt.
H-Y-A-T-T. Okay. Thank you.
Again, the problem is with you filming clients.
Yeah, I mean that you literally just said that, but it doesn't matter. Your client is still in public.
I already said that.
I know. If you want to
film people doing in the regular course of their work.
Okay, I'm sorry you feel that way. I truly am.
I don't like this guy one bit because he really believes he's doing something good to protect the First Amendment, when in fact he's only in it for the money. He's just like the rest of the frauditors. He lost his job during the pandemic. He was a warehouse manager. I'll be sure to put the link to the news article in the description box. You can read all about it for yourself.
Hi, ma'am. How are you? You guys are friendly here. Wow. It's good to know. It's good to know. Friendly. Hi, ma'am.
You're harassing our employees.
I'm not harassing. I said hello. I said hi,
You
ma'am.
have nothing that you need.
Yes, I do. I'm going over this literature and I'm asking
And
questions.
I offered to answer your questions.
Well, I do
You
not.
literally told me I'm not asking questions anymore.
Okay, because you got aggressive. That's what.
Got it.
Which is why I'll be filing a complaint.
How you doing, officer?
Oh no, the police have arrived. Well, that would be a sign for most people to leave, but not for the Long Island Frauditor because he wants a confrontation with the police. That's good for clicks and views on his YouTube channel.
How you doing, officer?
How are you?
Good. What's your name and badge number?
Show me your ID, please.
What's your name and badge number, sir?
Right here.
Well, you're covering as you're showing it me.
Right here.
How do you pronounce it?
Popolaski. You have
Popolaski.
your ID, sir?
And what's your badge number?
4839. You have your ID, sir?
4839. I'm not giving you ID,
Yeah,
sir.
okay. What is
I'm not committing any crime, sir.
He says he's asking for information.
You want me to explain to you what I'm doing here?
No, I don't want you. If you don't want to tell me who you are, I don't want you to be
Great.
here.
Okay, so we have nothing to talk about. Great.
See you out here?
How am
You
I?
have to leave.
Pulaski?
You have to leave.
Sir.
The overwhelming majority of people would leave when asked by a police officer, but not this moron. He's a member of the press, and in his twisted mind, he has every right to stay there and harass people. Let's see what happens next.
I'm going to ask you one time and one time only. Is this a public lobby?
1136.
Yeah, call supervisor. Call supervisor. That's better.
You have to leave.
Can we call supervisor, sir?
No.
We can't call
Come
supervisor.
outside, we'll talk. You show me your ID, we'll figure out what's going on.
I'm not showing you any ID, and I want a supervisor.
Okay. Step outside.
For what? You can't trespass
You're
me from
not
a public
allowed
place.
here. These
This is
people
a
run
public-
this building.
This is a public place. I have business here.
They're
sir.
running the building.
I have business in a public place. Listen, before you make a mistake, just call the supervisor, right?
No.
Call
Come
supervisor.
outside and talk to me.
I'm not going outside. I want to wait for a supervisor in a public lobby.
I don't understand why frauditors think they can't be trespassed, or maybe that's part of their ignorance. At any rate, you can always be trespassed from a public building, not to worry. And remember, businesses and public buildings always reserve the right to refuse service.
I'm not in a
You're gonna have to
restricted
call for a
area.
supervisor.
I'm not. You can call for a supervisor. You got the video in your hand right there.
Call for-
I'm asking you to call for a
Show
supervisor.
me your ID, and we'll
Sir,
talk about what's going
asking
on.
you. I'm asking you politely to call for a supervisor, please, sir.
I'm
That's-
asking for your ID.
And I'm refusing to do that.
Okay, then I'm not going to.
You're not going to call a
entertain
supervisor
you.
then?
I'm going to ask you to step outside so I can
Okay.
figure out from these people what's going on.
I could show you video if you want.
Well,
what
I'm going
I'm
to ask
doing.
them because
Video don't lie though.
one of these people are going to provide me with ID.
Video don't lie.
Okay, then I'll look at your video once you show me your ID.
That's another fallacy that frauditors embrace. I don't have to show ID. I haven't committed a crime. Am I under arrest? Yeah, well, you keep talking like that and you will be under arrest. Then they'll take your ID from your back pocket while you're handcuffed. It's not a problem at all.
Okay. Well, my whole point is that I'm not going outside, and
Show
I'm
me
not
your
showing
ID.
you my ID. No. I want a supervisor. How many times do I have to ask for one? I want a supervisor. Yeah. Listen,
Did you hear the procedure?
I understand. Listen, I understand his.
Did you hear the
I understand
procedure?
his policy. Policy does not trump law, sir. And I'm letting you know that I'm here legally. I'm not committing any crimes. I have no ill intent, and I'm working on a story. It's a First Amendment protected activity. So that's why I'm asking you to please call your supervisor. So
If
that
you're
way.
working on a story and you want
And I want you to
information and help,
de-escalate.
You're talking over me.
Okay, go ahead.
Here we have a grown man acting like a toddler, having a temper tantrum because he can't get his own way. I want a supervisor. I'm not going outside. I'm not showing ID. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. Sounds just like a toddler, doesn't he? Yeah, I want my mommy. You need your mommy, that's for sure.
if you're working on a story, you want help from this office, you need to follow what they request of you.
I don't understand. I'm working on a story in a public place. I ask them questions, and I'll have more questions for them once I'm done going over all their brochures that they have laid out everywhere. I'm working on a story in a public lobby, sir. This is a public lobby. I'm not in a restricted area. I'm not breaking any laws. So if you would like, you can call a supervisor like I've asked you 20 times now, or
Show me your ID.
I'm not showing you my ID. That's not going to happen here today,
Why
sir.
not?
Because I don't want to. Why? This is not Germany, sir. You can't just, hey, where's your papers?
These frauditors make me chuckle when they say something to the effect of, this is not Nazi Germany. I don't have to show you my papers. You don't know your history, son. You should take a couple of courses at a local college and really learn what tyrants are all about. And then you'll be happy that you live here in the greatest country in the world, the United States of America, and stop abusing our First Amendment.
Like, I'm not committing a crime.
I need to know who I'm speaking to.
Listen, you're speaking
If you have legitimate business here,
No.
I need to know who you are.
But who are you to determine if I have a legitimate or non-legitimate business here? Blake can't determine that. I'm telling you I have
Because they're having
legitimate.
trouble dealing with you.
That's not my problem. I'm not, sir, I have not caused the scene. I have it all recorded. I'm not interfering with business that they have with their clients. They came out and confronted me. I'm sitting here peacefully, recording, working on my story. I have no other ill intent. They got scared because they saw camera. I'm sorry cameras scare them, but...
What disturbs me most about that argument is, oh, I'm just filming for my own purposes. Yes, you're going to take that footage and you're going to upload it to YouTube for commercial gain. You have no other purpose except to make money off hard-working people just doing their job. Middle-class people trying to earn a living, and you want to exploit it.
What criminal have you ever known?
What is your intent?
My intent is to work on my story without being told I can't.
With what resources from this office?
With the resources that's available to me in a public
And what are
place.
you asking of them?
I've asked them a whole bunch of questions.
Start with one. What are you asking of them?
What exactly is it that they do here?
Okay.
He explained that to me.
Okay.
Okay.
What
So
is
I
a
need
question
to.
that you haven't gotten an answer
So
to?
basically, I want to look at all the information that they provided me with that I've gathered publicly. I'm going to sit in the public lobby. I'm going to continue to film, and when I have more questions, I will let them know. That's it.
Something happened in Sean's life where he thinks he has a sense of entitlement. Whether it was mommy and daddy not paying enough attention to him when he was growing up, I don't know. But somewhere along the line, he feels a sense of, hey, I'm going to get what I want at any cost. And that's what we're witnessing. We're witnessing a grown man acting like a 10-year-old child.
It's simple. I'm not here to cause a disturbance. This is them calling you is causing the
Are
disturbance.
you here?
To be clear, I mean, and I've said this to you already.
Yeah.
The problem is that there's business ongoing in here.
I understand
we have folks
that.
that we're serving. Their personal information is here. There are people that are doing.
But this is why I want a supervisor here.
Sir, so listen.
Okay.
You're filming in an environment
You
where
can have an
personal
office
information is being
supervisor here
discussed.
if you have a problem with how this
You
office
asked
is
questions.
run.
I gave you answers to every question that you offered, and you insisted
I might have
on
more.
continuing to film.
Yes. Why can't I
When there are
film?
people here.
But why can't I film,
Listen,
Blake?
I'm telling you why. There are people here that are talking about their personal employment situations. You should not.
Is
be
that
here
confidential?
This frauditor doesn't care about confidentiality. He's there to gather content for his lame YouTube channel. Now you better step aside because he's going to be filing a lawsuit here at any moment.
Yes.
So if you want to listen, you have to create an expectation of privacy. So like you see how you have the door on your office over there?
Sure. If
You can
your-
take a client in there and
your
close
main
the door, and
point
I'm not going to do
Is
it.
about whether or not there's an expectation of privacy. I've established for you.
There's
that there
not.
is an expectation that you should.
There's not. And if his supervisor was here, his supervisor would tell you that there's no expectation of privacy here. There is
We have
none.
separate areas for counseling in this space.
Okay,
So,
there's no
I
expectation of
very clearly
privacy.
Offered you an answer to every question.
Okay, I might have more.
And I'm happy to answer that.
Great. So you can
are
stand right there.
insisting
The whole day if you
members
want.
of the public.
We are going to skip through this high quality content for about the next 10 minutes because they just stand there and go round and round. Let's get to the point where he gets asked to leave the building because that's what we all want to see.
10 minutes later.
How you doing, sir? Hey, Sarge, can I talk to you for a sec?
Yeah.
What's your name?
I'm Officer McNulty, Sergeant McNulty.
Sergeant McNulty.
What's your name, sir?
I'm good. I'm not going to give my name, sir.
Okay.
I just want.
So you realize I know
listen
you're
to
at
you.
other precincts, other places.
Yeah.
If you're making a documentary, whatever it is, you have access to public information, all right? But that's about it, okay? If you have to go out and do films, we just ask you to be as professional as you can.
Of course, sir, and I always am.
All right.
Okay.
So that's all.
Can you notify him that I have a legal right to be here, work on my story, so he can, because he's the one escalating.
No, Long Island Frauditor, you're the one that escalates everything. Every place you go, you're not happy until you work people up into a tizzy. I'm telling you. And then when you leave, they say, thank God he's gone.
Situation. So I want you to de-escalate it if you can.
This gentleman's currently making a documentary. He has access to public information. He's been over at different precincts. In this area, he's able to, if you don't want to interview him, you don't have to interview him, but at this point, he can just stay in this public area right here. But eventually, you're going to have to leave.
Of course,
move on,
eventually, right? Yeah.
But I mean, you can put in your story that that you attempted to interview, they didn't want to have an interview, all right? But
Yeah, I appreciate you explaining it to him.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
So,
Sergeant McNulty, the problem was that folks are coming in here, they're coming in here to
and you don't want to upset other people.
No, that is not my intent.
This frauditor, as well as all frauditors, cannot tell the truth about anything. If you just walked in somewhere, filmed, and nothing happened, there was no interaction with anyone, that wouldn't make for good content on YouTube, and nobody would watch your stinking channel. Arguing is what makes good content, and you've won the day, so to speak. Today,
I told them, the ladies were scared when they saw the camera. I don't know why, but I told them, listen, I have no ill intent here. I'm working on a story.
Right.
I never heard of a criminal that records a crime. You know what I mean? His own crime.
Okay,
It doesn't
but
make sense.
understand that some people can get a little upset if they're getting upset.
I understand.
Right? So they've been very patient.
No, I understand.
All right?
Completely.
So if they don't want to, you could just.
No,
do
that's
a
fine. I'm not
documentary
trying to interview anybody. I'm just doing
if they-
documentary, yeah.
If they don't want to, pursue any further interview.
Great.
All right? So
That's
you did what you could.
okay.
All right.
The problem is, Sergeant, that there are folks
There is
that
no
are coming
problem.
in here seeking services from the department. They're on unemployment. They're trying to get off unemployment. They're doing.
Sean does quite a few top secret YouTube documentaries. I wonder what the title of this one will be. Perhaps How to Become a Frauditor in 10 Easy Steps so you can make a 6-figure income?
Job Secret Services,
so why don't you
and
wrap
he's
it up
insisting
here?
on filming
Okay.
people that are here in the lobby.
These
Yeah, well-
people are
This is what he
embarrassed.
did
It's
several
impeding their
times.
business. So, all
Yeah,
right.
I'm not impeding anybody's. Nope, that's
No,
not
it's
true.
people are coming in here and they're concerned. So that's the
Nobody
issue.
was concerned.
Well, if people are, they
But
could
there's-
be filming.
that's
So just like I
fictional.
said, try to be as professional as
I
you can.
will be.
If they don't want to
I will
interview
be.
you, and if they're concerned,
I
then
will leave here
we
on my own
just ask
time.
you
Yes.
to leave,
Okay. I will leave here on my own time.
All right.
Thank you.
The lobby's closing in 5 minutes.
So the lobby's closing for what reason? Do you have authorization to close the public lobby?
Yes, I do.
So for what purpose are you closing the lobby for, sir? A public lobby? Because I would like. And what's your last name? First and last
My
name?
name is Mark.
Mark what?
I have a lot of pods. I have people with pods. I have also people contact.
What's your last name?
Oh, dearie me, Frauditor. It looks like your plans to stay and make your documentary have been dashed. What will you do now? Because it looks like the man's not going to give you his last name. Perhaps you'll file a complaint and a frivolous lawsuit, because that's what you always do.
What's your last name, Mark? I want to file a complaint against Mark. Can you give me your last name?
He's in charge. He's closing the lobby.
Yeah. So I want his last name though.
All right.
So can you give me your last name so I can file a complaint? You're a public employee, sir?
When you fill out an application.
Are you a public employee? I'm not a public employee. Do you guys just not get it through your brains? Like you work for the public. You have.
Fill out an application.
I want to get a complaint form. Now my focus has changed. Now, officer, I would like for them to hand me a complaint
I don't know
form.
how they do it.
So I
You
want
have to use your resources to.
I want to speak to a supervisor. Hey, Mark, can I speak to a supervisor?
I discovered early on in my life that making demands upon people will not get you anywhere. If you want cooperation, you have to be polite and ask for things like you would want to be asked for them, not stand there and demand a supervisor. This will get you nowhere, sweetheart.
Can I speak to a supervisor, Mark?
Blake and myself.
No, I would like to speak to one above you and Blake. Is this the type of service you provide to the public, sir? I'm asking you to speak to your supervisor. Is that okay with you, Mark? Is that okay with you, Mark? Mark, listen, people see documentaries all the time. They watch all these videos, and you're going to be the guy that's going to do this? For what purpose? Just do your job. What's your last name? And let me speak to your supervisor.
Sean's ego is his real enemy. He makes demands upon public servants, which I don't like that word, but he makes public servants go out of their way to serve him, when in fact he doesn't deserve anything except to be squashed like a cockroach on the sidewalk.
A few moments later.
So, I see that they don't want to assist you.
Yeah,
You're not following
but this
the
is a
rules.
public, there's no rules.
Okay.
What rule am I breaking?
They have some sort of rules, how they operate here.
Yeah,
I don't
which
know
one? Which one am I breaking? I'm asking you.
Just don't talk over me, I'll try to explain.
Okay.
And then you can speak. It's
Sure.
like a conversation.
Great,
All right?
yeah.
So you got to go here to the front desk.
Mm-hmm.
You got the papers, you fill something out, you give them back,
Mm-hmm.
and then they review them, and then they have a conversation with you. That's what I know.
Okay. Yeah, but I'm here for a different purpose than that.
Okay.
So.
No doubt about it, officer. Sean is there for a different reason altogether. I might start calling him the King of Chaos, because everywhere he goes, he causes chaos. What do you think, Sean? Would you like that name instead of the Long Island Frauditor or the King of Chaos? Well, I'll figure it out.
So
I'm
maybe
trying to
your
go.
purpose isn't fitting what this office does. So maybe you should
Finding
go
out somebody's supervisor is definitely important. I'm gonna find their
Maybe
supervisor.
you should go to some sort of department of public information that would be able to get you information that you want about this office.
Yeah.
Being that you don't want to be a client of this office.
Yeah. No, I'm just being just like your supervisor said. Just that's all you got to do.
All right. Do you
Just-
want to make a report about them
No.
not serving you?
No, I'm good. I don't want to make a report. No.
It sounded like they're going to close the office.
Oh, they're going to close the office, Sean. It sounds like you could get the boot, but you're not done gathering content for your story yet. I wonder what's going to happen. Oh, dearie me, this is just awful. Oh, this is a real conundrum.
Okay. So when they close the office to the public, I'll
Once
leave.
it's closed, you're going to have to leave.
Sure, no problem. When they lock those doors,
You got it.
I'll stand right outside them.
15 minutes later.
Well, I guess that's it.
Well, there you have it, folks. The Long Island Frauditor will go to any lengths to prove that he has the right to record in public. How this helps our First Amendment right to the Constitution, I can't tell you, but he strongly believes in what he does, even though it makes him look like a jackwagon in the process. Now, he did say in this video that this is a re-upload of a video he had posted a long time ago, but received a privacy complaint on from one of the people that were in the video. So you may have seen this before, but it wasn't on my channel, that's definite. If you enjoy watching idiots, imbeciles, and morons on my channel, please subscribe. As always, thanks so much for stopping by. Cheers to that.